What's up, Blurry Gang? I'm back with another tutorial, and today we're going to be doing a high taper with a nice crispy lineup in the front and around the nape area. And then we're going to send him on his way. It's going to be a nice quick tutorial, around 10 minutes. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's get right into it. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and prep the hair to be cut. I'm going to comb it out, and then I'm going to get right into it using my number 1 guard with the grain. I have my lever open here. I like to start open, and then if I feel like the hair needs to be evened out, lightened down a little bit more, I'll close up that lever and go ahead and continue to go with the grain to lay the hair down and set my base. I like to tell everyone that I'm teaching hair to, anything that needs to be lined up or faded has to be tapered down first. It's just going to make your job a lot easier. It's going to give you a length to blend up to. And it's going to keep you very organized and give you crisper lines without that overhanging long hair. So I'm going to go ahead and continue that all around the head with the grain. I got my lever closed now that I feel comfortable with this length. So especially around that nape area, since we're gonna want a very crispy lineup around that area, you really want to taper it down and make sure it's all even. Now I'm flipping my clipper around and going against the grain, open. And that's gonna really complete my base. So now that we have a length to fade up to, I'm gonna go ahead and take my guard off. Using no guard closed, we're going to set that first guideline. Then we're going to open up our lever, set that second guideline open. And we're going to take out that line that we've created using our lever play. That means playing with the lever in between open and close, doing whatever it takes to get that line out without passing the guide. So once that line's out, I'm going to go ahead and put my 1 guard on, starting open, fading down to close. And as I need to, I'm going to go with the grain as well. So once I finish with the 1 guard, we're going to slap our half guard on. And finish up that blend, boy. Something light, you know. Something light. Take that guard off, you know, do some refinery. And that should do it. Alright, so moving on to the back. I got no guard on, lever closed. My clippers are generally pretty zero gapped. I don't do too close of a zero gap as most barbers, but they are adjusted closer than stock. So there, we're gonna go ahead close. We're gonna open up that lever, take out that guideline using our lever play. That guideline is now out. We're going to use our 1 guard to begin to lighten up the bulk. Starting open, middle, close, and then with the grain if you need to, just to lay it down. Because once you go against the grain, the hair starts to rise up and stand up. So going with the grain is going to allow you to really lay it down. So I'm working that 1 guard. Get that detail, and I felt like I didn't need the half guard at that point, so we're moving on. Alright, so here we had that no guard first guide, second guide open, and then we're taking out with lever play. When we're fading and taking out lines, always remember to use only the corners of your clipper. That means the end 3 teeth. That way you're not using the blade flush and raising the line. You're blending, right? So we get that line out. We slap that 1 guard on. Same exact method. And we're going to go ahead, take that through the motions, open, middle, close. And then with the grain to really lay everything down. You'll notice on curly hair, if you only go against the grain, it's going to be very splotchy. You're going to see a lot of spacey light spots, and going against the grain really helps lay the hair down and make it a smooth transition. Alright, so moving on to our half guard, we're gonna go ahead and erase that very last line. Alright, I'm going with the grain, no guard open there. Really lighten up that spot. If you notice in that corner around the ear, the hair grows towards his ear, so we're gonna have to hit it in different angles to really make it consistent. Alright, so I felt like happy with the blend there. So moving on, we're gonna go ahead and prep his hairline. So right now I'm using a alcohol wipe, and we're just getting rid of all of that grime, all that oil, giving us a clean surface to work with. Putting some hairspray to really help lay the hair down, give us a crispy ash line. I'm going in with my hitters. My hitters are 0 gapped. I got a graphite blade on this guy. I believe it's the best blade, and yeah, you guys are about to see what this trimmer can do. Shout out Babyliss, best barber brand in the game right now, making the most moves, most innovations, you know, snap effects on the way. Can't wait to use those. But yeah, going in with these Nipsey blue trimmers, my bad, hitters. Yeah, so I start in the middle, and I'm going to work my way to each side. A few things you have to keep in mind here. I'm using I think it's my middle finger or my index finger. Any finger, just have a finger on their head as your brace. This will allow you to pivot and have stability when you're lining up somebody. Here I'm using my second hand to provide me some more stability, right? A hairline is very delicate part of the haircut. It can make or break the haircut, so you really want to be very precise when you're working around these areas. Another thing I want to mention is the angle of the blade when it hits the skin. You want to make sure that the cutting blade is hitting it at the right angle, so that's kind of like coming from above, going down on the hair, and that will really give you that crispy lineup. Otherwise you'll be lining up under it, and then overhanging hair will get rid of that crispy lineup. So around here I'm going around the ear. I like to do a cane first. This sets the direction for that lineup coming down the nape, right? So then here, completing that nape lineup. This is one of my favorite parts of cutting hair. It's just lining up tapers, man. It's just fire. Tapers, burst fades. I love burst fades. Yeah, I just do so many bald fades that I can't say that's my favorite haircut to do. But yeah, man, nape lineups, bro. Something about them. If you know, you know. If you got them crispy chicken hitters and you're going around the nape, you know what I mean. So now we got the straight blade on, and I'm basically just going over all of that line work that I did with my trimmers around the nape, around his hairline, and this is really just gonna get that hair down to as short as possible around the areas of the lineup, and that contrast of bald to hair is what makes the lineup really pop. So finishing up the razor work around the nape area, gonna go ahead and make that line really pop, and that pretty much concludes our haircut for today. We did a high skin taper. with a crispy lineup, a razor sharp lineup around the hairline, the nape area. You know what it is. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. You guys don't even know. Please continue to comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Want to see next. Blurry out.